Eh, stop it. Okay, I'm back live.
Nice.
This is a very interesting stream so far. Okay, so you are seeing my desktop right now on the stream. Yes, according to my phone, you are. All right, I'm going to launch Sonic Adventure, and then we'll see what happens.
Sega.
Oh, I see it. I see it on the stream.
All right, we will watch
Ding.
the intro, and then I will try to, because I'd
Yeah.
like to go to the intermission screen
We'll watch the
and
intro
then
and
back to this in terms of how I would lay the stream out.
in terms of how I would play this.
So I definitely need to do some volume work because you are very, very quiet. Hold on much longer, I will never let it go. I know it's a one-way track. No, this will last this way. You know, when I was young, and you'll see this on in the intro. Uh, right now, it should be showing it on the stream. Yeah, on the egg carrier, it's got the big long nose cannon, and then under the landing deck, there's like 2 rows of blue lights divided by a support beam of some sort. I used to think when I was young that was a really fucked up duck face. Because that nose just forms a perfect peak. And then those blue lights are eyes. Okay, let me load up file. Alright, I'm on the main menu. I'm going to wait for the stream to catch up, and then I'm going to do my thing. Or I may just do my thing now, and you'll see it on the stream. In fact, I'm going to do exactly that. So, I'm going to do Alt-Tab, then Tab from Sonic Adventure to OBS, brings back up the desktop. Open Your Heart is playing in my ears. Hopefully it's playing in yours. Okay. So I am now on my desktop. If I hit Alt-Tab again, Sonic Adventure is a white screen. But then when I go try and switch to it, nothing comes up. And then as soon as this loop of Open Your Heart ends, that'll be it. Back down, Task Manager, it's saying not responding. So we will end that, and ending... Never mind. Okay. Huh.
That's weird. Is it a problem with the game itself then?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because it didn't did that. It didn't do that for the Clue game that you were playing. I assume it runs on a similar kind of logic.
Yeah, but with Clue, I had that windowed, and I had a specific game capture set to capture that window. I had game capture properties, but on the properties where it says window, instead of Sonic Adventure, I had Clue. Oh, so why is there some sort of Amazon assistant thing? What is this? Go away.
I have no idea. Maybe if instead of trying game capture for Sonic Adventure, you just tried the regular display capture and just put as a maximized full screen, maybe that would work, at least to avoid the stop that happens after the load screen.
Wait, what do you mean that maximize full screen? Because it automatically launches in full screen.
Yeah. So just to do that without the game capture, because then once you minimize OBS, it should show Sonic Adventure playing throughout your entire desktop, which it would do anyway if you game captured, but this way it's just like on top of your desktop as opposed to like just that screen.
Okay. Um, Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch to the intermission screen, and then I'm going to launch Sonic Adventure, and then after I launch Sonic Adventure into the main menu, I'm going to try and go back to the desktop, the OBS, switch from intermission to Sonic Adventure, the scene, and then switch back into Sonic Adventure, the game.
Yep.
Alright. So, I'm on OBS, I'm on the desktop, OBS is showing, clicking on Sonic Adventure, trying to launch, presented by Sega. Sonic Team. Skip intro. Press start.
Select a file.
Select file. Okay. Now Alt Tab. No. OBS. And Sonic Adventure just crashed. Okay, dear. We are off to a wonderful start. And again, we weren't really off to a start anyway.
I think this is 100% a Sonic Adventure game.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's launch Clue. I'll switch that into full screen and see if the same problem occurs with that. So then it might be something to do with how I'm getting out of the game. Clue settings, display mode, full screen, apply. Okay. Then Alt Tab, OBS. That is odd. So when I did Alt Tab and brought up OBS, it brought up OBS. In fact, I'll just switch to the screen. It brought up OBS and the taskbar on top of Clue. And when I click on Clue again, it goes away and I'm back in the game. So going off that, it's something it's probably Sonic Adventure.
Yep, probably.
Alright, good to know.
What you're doing now with Clue is basically how I run all my streams, because my game capture doesn't usually work at all.
Alright.
Any screen at all when I try it, so it's usually just full screen, whatever game I'm playing.
Alright.
They capture.
Alright, well in that case, we're going to play some Clue tonight. I'm going to go back to intermission and share the stream on Discord and have people come and watch. Hopefully. Know what I just realized? Since it's playing desktop audio, you'll be hearing the Yakuza track, the funky guitar, as well as the Clue main menu music. Is that happening?
Hello?
Yep, it is most definitely happening.
All right, let's figure that out. Can I turn that? Can I turn it to where it's not playing desktop audio in certain scenes? Or do you even know if that's possible?
For desktop audio, it's set the same way for all scenes.
Okay. Alright. Okay, here. And I guess for right now, until I figure it out, I'll just have to, whenever I go to intermission, just mute desktop audio. Maybe, possibly, I'm not entirely sure. But that will be saved for another day. Let's play some Clue. And I'm going to be... Who should I be?
I don't know what the options are.
Okay, we've got Miss Scarlet, Professor Plum, Peacock, Colonel Mustard, Mr. Green, Dr. Orchid. She's a new character that replaced Miss White in the new releases. And we got classic versions of all the characters except for Orchid. And we have the international characters. Miss White, Madame Rose, Miss Peach, Inspector Gray, Prince Azure, and Monsieur Brunet.
I think you gotta go for Frenchie.
Alright, Frenchie it is. And we're going to lower Miss White down from hard to medium because I don't want to get my brain handed to me by Miss White again, like last night. Probably maybe should lower the volume of Clue on my end so I can hear you better. By the way, are you also coming through on Twitch? Because if so,
Yeah, a little bit.
okay.
The volume that I hear from me is much less than the volume.
Okay. I will take a look at that once my... Let's go to the ballroom. And thank you for helping me with this.
No problem.
Oh, I was hoping I found the guilty party right off the bat. Oh, cool. That doesn't help. Is it in the Discord? I'm showing everything right now. This is wonderful. Alright. Ah, the joys of figuring out how to Twitch. Maybe that will help. But also consequently it'll help. No? No, it doesn't. Okay. Back to poop. Alright. Rose, type, and this inventory isn't part of the guilty cards. Alright, check and see if your volume is better. Just ramble off about whatever.
Okay, stick with YouTube. Don't stick with Power Ranger reviews. You're not. Alright, I just heard my voice. I think that was my voice anyway. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know anything. Do any of us know anything? I don't. I wish there was a way I could listen to my stream and make sure everything was right. But if I did that, that would mean having 2 pairs of headphones. But I actually do have a second pair of headphones, although they're actually earbuds that I could check use on my phone. Yes, now I have to figure out. There it is. Alright. Crappy Skull Candy earbuds. You know, surprisingly, the earbuds that came with my phone are better than any other earbuds that I've tried. And again, wait. Why is my stream showing Clue, or is it still showing Sonic vs. Shadow? Okay. That's a problem. Okay, I switched over to the Sonic Adventure scene. Is it now showing the Endless Void with Clue in the background?
Yes, it is.
Good! Yeah. Alright, good. We are online, I guess. Probably should turn the media volume up on my phone if I'm going to use that to listen to myself to check the volume on my stream. Might help just a tiny bit and actually plug in the thing. Okay, now, please give us your best rendition of the Power Rangers Lost Galaxy theme.
Well, now it's not as fun. Last time I was just doing it off the dome, man. I can't do that stuff on demand. It's embarrassing.
But it's your favorite season. Surely you have the theme song down by heart.
Oh, I do, but singing in general is a very hard thing for me to just do on command.
Okay, yeah, I'm hearing you, but you are
Wow,
very
that's
quiet.
really weird. It's very quiet too.
Wonder how I
Standards of my weird sounding voice.
Yeah, when I heard my voice on quote-unquote camera for the first time, it was very interesting. Okay, let's see. Let's raise the desktop audio
Is
up
your
a
is your
bit.
mic audio a lot higher than your desktop audio?
Yes.
That might be the reason why.
Okay, let's lower the mic then. Okay, now lowered one, raised the lowered mic, raised desktop just a tad. See if that has any effect. So now start speaking. Speak, monkey, speak.
Speak.
Give us your hopes and dreams for the rest of Beast Morphers. An inside scoop.
Oh, thing. Well, I do hope that they have with Zoe and really expand it out into what I hope would be a season-long character arc where they really emphasize the fact that she did in fact fail to be part of the Ranger program initially, and then show her steadily growing into someone who's a bit more confident in that role, and then parlay that on the fact that she's trying to save Roxy, who should have been the Ranger in the first place, and maybe that ends up forming kind of a good friendship thing with Ravi down the line.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I'd like to see why she flunked out of it, to so to say.
Yeah.
One thing I'm hoping is that Blaze and Ravi get on the same level as the Psycho Rangers. Uh, e- Even if it, because I don't want them to be just generic evil Rangers. I want them to get close at the very least.
Yeah, me too. I feel like they could be something really special if the show allows them to be, because they're not the type of like normal evil kind of Rangers that we've ever really gotten before. So there's a chance to do something really unique with how they progress, even if Blaze maybe ends up just being this generation's Jared, which would still be great. Which would still be great. I would absolutely not complain about that.
Jared's from Dino Charge, right?
Jared's from Jungle Fury.
Oh, oh yeah, I remember now. Sam and I watched the first part of your Jungle Fury video a couple days ago.
Nice. It's funny because it's actually the second part of that review that really dives into Jared and the way he and Casey kind of bounce off each other.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Sam, and this is the same guy who, jokingly, at the end of Power and the Power of Pink, said, "And no one important was lost."
And I didn't hear that.
Yeah, we finished Lost Galaxy today. We watched pretty much from the episode after Perone became Pink Ranger up to the end. And when Kendricks came back at the end of episode 3, he was just like, "Why? Why did you do this?"
So I wouldn't be sad.
Yeah, Sam is an interesting person to watch Power Rangers with.
Certainly sounds like it.
Yeah. And then I watched your Lost Galaxy video after it, and I definitely must say you have improved since then. Which is,
Nice.
I like how you take more. You split up into 2 parts your reviews instead of cramming everything into one video. Because compared to, I jumped in when you were doing 2-part videos. So going from 2 roughly 20-25 minute-ish videos back to a 30-ish minute video, it definitely, the 30-minute video comes off as rushed and crammed.
Yep, probably. They really didn't detail a lot of the plot points in as much detail as like even my Lightspeed Rescue video would have. So Lost Galaxy video made today would definitely look a whole lot different than how it was made, well, over a year ago now, actually.
Maybe you should do what they did with Mighty Morphin a few years back and re-envision
the
Oh
video.
boy.
I never actually watched the Mighty Morphin Re-Envisioned. It's on Netflix, but I was like,
I could
let's
not bring myself to do it.
let's just watch 160 plus episodes of Mighty Morphin. Because I would be very interested on what you thought of the whole Lost Galaxy arc. Because I thought it would be a lot better if they didn't spend it lagged um, around the middle part of it. The Egyptian looking villain with the that made them dream. Uh,
Oh
that
yeah, Exuba's graveyard.
yeah, that really didn't need to be there. It's an interesting thing. I wouldn't mind seeing it. I didn't mind seeing it, but it did not fit in that Lost Galaxy arc.
The irony of the Lost Galaxy arc is, as soon as they get to the Lost Galaxy, the story is just as lost.
Yeah, yeah. I did like Captain Mutiny though. I enjoyed him.
Mutiny. Suddenly pirates. I
Yep.
don't even know.
Suddenly we have communist pirates, with because their logo is basically just the hammer and sickle, but where the hammer is, there's a skull, and the hammer, although in this case it's the knife, is just slightly off to the side.
Yeah, I imagine there's some intentionality behind that,
Yeah,
and the fact that he's a slave owner.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah.
I'm like, how do you find all these human-like people? Was there a Terra Venture before Terra Venture, and then they just got trapped in the Lost Galaxy? Then they got tricked into working as slaves, and then this happened more than once.
or were these people from KO 35?
Is also possible.
You know that I would like if they Kuro Jur is the space Sentai with the bajillions of Rangers, right?
Yeah, Q Ranger.
Yeah, if they do, or rather when they adapt Q Ranger, because I have a feeling they will, I would like that would be a perfect time to visit Miranoi, rather, in KO 35, and maybe Aquitar to check up on what everyone else is doing.
Would literally be the perfect season for that, and to make most of the team Alien Rangers, because they've already done so much work in establishing the fact that more planets than just Earth are important to this mythos, so might as well use them in a space season. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but here's the problem with that. They might not. I'm scared. That's one of my quote unquote biggest fears about if they adapt Kuringer, that they won't use what is already in front of them. I do know if it
That'd be
was.
such a waste if they just like invent new planets to explore, because it's like you don't need to do that.
I do know if it was Neo Saban, they would definitely invent new planets. Or if they
Well,
did,
they invented several new planets, and every time Heckle said Sentai 6, I couldn't stop laughing.
because or if they did, would bring back old planets, they would probably come across the same way as the Ranger Legend cameos in Megaforce, in terms of like just they're there basically.
Yeah, it all depends on how they structure them, because if they structure them in a way similar to how worked during in space, then stuff like that really works, because you have a pre-established character connection that makes sense in the now, that's pushing another character forward that we know took over for that character to begin with. So stuff like that, but presumably with the interplanetary stuff, you might have rangers who have no idea of the characters in question. So it becomes a little trickier, but still very much doable, because at that point, all you got to do is make it so the narrative defining the connection makes sense. Like, if you've got a ranger on the team, for example, that's having problems connecting to others, maybe whoever Stinger's counterpart happens to be, since he's kind of the standoffish one, then you go to KO35, you take him to Andros, and you say, yeah, that was me too. I didn't trust people either. I didn't know how to be a part of a team either. Boom, there's your character arc.
Yeah. I was going to say something. I forgot what it was. Yeah, I can't think of what I was going to say.
Oh no.
I do know I want them to adapt Tokuger, because I'm only 5 episodes in, but the basic premise of like darkness versus imagination, quote conductor.
That can't be it.
I lost it whenever conductor was just like imagination.
Oh my lord.
That's just the best. That whole darkness versus imagination thing just reminds me too much of Kingdom Hearts. just replace imagination with light and throw in Donald, Goofy, and Mickey, and boom, you got Kingdom Hearts. Plus, while they technically wouldn't be the Red Ranger leader, it would be not well. We had Lauren as a female Red Ranger. It would be the best and first opportunity to give us the first pink leader with the whole suit changing, color changing gimmick.
Yep.
Well, the kitchen's already figured out as the place. Can't go there. Let's go to the study. Ah. Trying to do like a million things at once, but none of them are working. Rope has too many question marks to figure out if that's the one. Okay, the rope is not the weapon. Okay, apparently OBS disconnected at some point.
Did?
I just got a notification, desktop notification that said OBS has reconnected.
Oh. Well, I didn't see any disruption of service on my end.
Okay, that's good. That means if I didn't say anything, you wouldn't have known.
Aha!
I don't know why, but that's one of my favorite parts about watching streamers. What little I do watch of them is whenever something does go wrong and their streaming service disconnects and they're like, "Did we just connect? What? Am I still streaming?" Everyone's like, "I didn't notice anything." Like, okay.
Just kidding. That was a test, and you passed.
Exactly. All right, the dead air is killing me. What has any of your thoughts on Lost Galaxy changed since you made that video?
Um.
I'm just trying to make conversation.
um. Question. I don't remember the last time I actually watched my Lost Galaxy video. There's a lot of thoughts on it that I don't quite remember. It's certainly not the complete extent of my thoughts on Lost Galaxy,
Yeah.
because if I talked about the complete extent of my thoughts on Lost Galaxy, then the video would be longer than my RPM videos.
You didn't really talk much about the villains, from what I remember of your watching. You went on for a good bit about each of the heroes, but not so much on the villains.
I think the villains were a bit more straightforward in purpose. That they had each of them that made important contributions had more of a defined purpose.
Yeah.
Who got to partake in a little bit more nuance in terms of what they were actually involved with. Like in the case of Kai, you had a lot of different arcs with him that dealt with things in a logical way versus dealing with how he felt about certain situations, and kinds of character moments on that end. But he also got a random episode where he just got to be a normal guy with a crush on some random rollerblade girl, and that was fun.
Yeah, I like the Bluetooth test. That's the one where Stanton got controlled,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Yeah, Bluetooth
yep.
test was probably one of my more favorite Focus episodes.
Oh, I loved everything about that episode. I think for the most part the villains were a bit more straightforward, which I think worked to the benefit of the season because there were a lot of them, but because all of them had such a defined purpose in terms of how they either relate to or challenge other characters and or villains, then it all sort of adds up. Much
Sure.
you have to say about a guy like Villamax other than like describing how he's not really a villain but he just works for one.
Yeah, I liked
In
Philomax.
purpose.
I like a
Yeah.
lot of the Ranger villains that have a code of honor, like
Yeah.
Villamax. What was the old Metal Warrior's name? Uh, what was his name?
Do you mean the warrior in Lost Galaxy, the one that
Yeah,
Maya befriends?
yeah,
Loyak.
Loyax. I like Loyax, Villamax, and Ecliptor. Those are some of my more favorite, like code of
Biggie is the
honor
man.
code of honor villains. But when it comes to deceitful, backstabbing, just scum of the earth, Starscream villains, Deviat is top Darkonda. Deviat is
Oh yeah,
honestly
Deviant is the best at what he does.
Deviat just actually to me felt more like a main villain than Trakina, because and I don't
Because Shakina serves more of a kind of like a Nadira sort of role until she's sort of forced to be something more. Kind of like maybe what would have happened in the context of Time Force if Rancic ever got like offed early in the season and Nadira sought revenge after that. Which would actually kind of fit Time Force because that would kind of be like the cycle of hatred continuing on.
yeah I God damn it. Why is whenever I figure out what I'm going to say before I say it, as soon as I get ready to say it, I forget what I was going to say?
I don't know.
Why don't you know, Brain? You should know these things. You're a YouTuber, you're a celebrity. Celebrities know everything.
I could never consider myself a celebrity. I mean, 1,000 subs.
Only 38,000 subs. Only.
Which I love and appreciate very much, but in the grand scheme of things, it's like like how actual high-profile YouTubers have it.
Yeah. Well, you're more of a celebrity than me with my 15 subscribers, one of which is just my school account. Two of which another one used to be my high school account, but then my high school account got deleted because I graduated.
And my first subscriber was my high school account too. Don't worry.
Yay, I'm not the only one.
Actually, I actually put a couple videos on that old high school account. Just videotaped myself pages for Line Rider.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of fun to mess around with the physics of it. And it's like, obviously those videos didn't get much views, but the third one, because I made a series of them and I gave them like the dramatic names, like it was like some movie franchise. And the third one somehow got over 100 views. Like 6. And I'm just like, of all things, get viral or relatively viral.
Yeah, my most viewed video is one I made in U.S. history class that in junior year, where the teacher gave us junior year they gave us all Mac laptops for learning purposes, even though I caught a student watching BoobTube on that one time.
Oh.
Yeah, he just straight up net adult things. But besides the point, he gave us an assignment to create just a trailer or some sort of video on iMovie. And I created a trailer for a fourth Bionicle movie if they made one for the Voyanui, the first part of the Mask of Life saga. Basically it was just a bunch of comic pages slipped together to kind of make some sort of coherent trailer story.
Yep.
That has, once I find it, I think it's the first video. Yeah, 928 views. Bionicle Ignition, Island of Doom. And every other video averages from no views to 99 views.
Nice. 99 views is nothing to scoff at, man.
Yeah.
A long time before I could get 99 views on any one video.
Yeah, though it's certainly better than my YouTube channel has gone through like 2 reboots over the years. Because my first ever attempt at being a YouTuber was back when I was watching a Transformer reviewer called Optibotimus. Every like Friday or Saturday or whatever, he would host a Q&A live stream on Ustream, which I don't even know if that's still a thing anymore.
Wow. I've not heard that phrase in a long time.
But yeah, he used to hold like a Q&A stream for about an hour on Ustream, after which me and this one other kid from that stream, he would go over to my channel, and I would take my laptop, which had a camera in it, turn it around, point it towards the TV, and stream me playing whatever game I decided to play, and that was my YouTube first premiere. Of course, I would take the videos after streaming and then upload them to YouTube afterwards. Now,
Nice.
it was not great, looking back. But then I decided to do it again. Only this time, instead of you streaming, I would just take my phone, which was
definitely better quality than my laptop camera at the time. Stick it up on uh, on books or game cases or whatever, and hold it up using these weights my dad used to square out parts of his model kits, and basically just do the same thing. Record video on my phone camera, and then whenever it got full, go down to the computer, transfer it to there, and then just go back up and start recording again. That was
Nice.
my second YouTube thing. And then I finally got an actual capture card. I got a Dazzle recording unit that came packaged with Pinnacle Studios, which, as far as I know, is the only software that will actually let you record with a Dazzle. I've never been able to find any. For everything that I found on Google, pretty much always says, yeah, no, you can't use any other program to capture with a Dazzle. So I was stuck with Pinnacle, and Pinnacle really sucked. I mean, it was relatively user friendly, but it was definitely one of those programs that was like, okay, so the inbox thing is okay, but I have a feeling like if I bought the actual full thing, it would be better. But the full thing is like $99, and I don't want to pay that.
Yep.
Especially starting out, having no idea what you're doing. That's not really something you want to do. I mean, I don't remember how much a Dazzle cost, but it was a pretty hefty. Go away, notifications. Go away. But it was a pretty hefty price to pay for starting out. Then again, no capture card is cheap.
Yep.
And also, you gotta spend money to make money, so.
Indeed.
So then I finally got a Dazzle capture card and deleted all of my previous videos on YouTube and started fresh with Ratchet and Clank Part 1, Don't Tell Me. I don't remember what I said don't tell me to. All I know is that that's what I called it. Because I named every part of any of my Let's Plays from something that I thought was funny that I said in the video. Like Ratchet and Clank Part 5, Lively Station of
sense.
Life.
Good strategy. You'll let them know what you're in for. I think Game Grumps does something similar.
And actually, the part before 5, Part 4, is named Deadly Space Station of Death.
Huh.
So you have Deadly Space Station of Death, immediately followed by Lively Space Station of Life. Which that's just
That's quite the adventurous naming scheme there. To have a narrative built into your titles there.
completely unintentional, but thank you. That was 3 years ago. Yeah, three years ago. That is a long time. YouTube,
Wow.
internet speaking.
Sure, yeah.
What other funny titles do I have? Oh yeah, Sam occasionally joined me for co-commentary on these videos. He was apparently part of Sonic Adventure DX Part 5, and he gave me some title suggestion that I was like, yeah, no. Because the title of Part 5 is, that's not what I'm calling it.
Okay, Rose is not the murderer. And I don't know who is the murderer.
Unless she's leading you on.
Are Peach
With
and
her
Rose
seductress
in
charms.
cahoots? Sure.
Checks Rose OTP.
Oh, I also have a part of Sonic Adventure called Gamma the Libertarian. I don't know what brought that. Actually, I think I do. Uh, s- no, no, I don't. I like how I think I know something, but then I don't.
I get that feeling all the time.
Isn't that just the best feeling?
It's right up there with almost sneezing, but not quite.
Oh God, I hate that. I especially hate it when I'm at work, because I'll be, because it'll usually be in between customers. So I'm finished with the previous customer, and the other customers come up, and I'm going to say hello, and I get that sneezing feeling, but it doesn't come. So I say hello, and then a few seconds later, I sneeze.
Where do you work at?
I'm a cashier at a grocery store.
Oh,
Yeah, well, not very glamorous job, but
yeah. For some reason, when you talked about it before, I envisioned you working more in like a retail kind of position, talking about customers, and I hear more like horror stories with like clothing store retail and stuff like that. I don't hear that as much about the handful of people I know that work specifically in grocery stores.
yeah, we don't really get a whole lot of horror story people. We just get people like Karens who what it
God
never
damn it, Karen!
it never fails whenever I'm over at Pay Station, which is where all the like food court kitchens are. Um, I'll always have one customer either just go out through the emergency exit door without asking, or they'll
Oh
try to go through
no.
it, and as soon as the alarm goes off, they just immediately run away or back away slowly, trying to act like nothing's wrong. Then occasionally I'll get the nice person who asks, "Can I go through that door?" Um, Now, I want to say, you mean the door with the big red sign that says "Caution, do not go through"? Oh, alarm will sound if opened. No, I don't think you can go through that door. That's what I want to say. But employee guidelines mandate that I be nice and say, no, I'm sorry, you cannot go through that door. That is emergency exit only.
Employee guidelines are boring.
Yeah. In fact, I got rid up the other day for reading on the job, which I I understand where they're coming from. You don't want customers to see your employees doing effectively nothing, goofing off or whatever. But at Pay Station, once you learn what you do, what you need to do, um, unless well, this may only be my problem, but once I learned everything I needed to do, I started getting really good at doing it, and I guess I got too good at what it is I needed to do, and I got everything done so fast where I just didn't have anything to do.
Oh,
So
happens sometimes.
yeah, so then I was just left standing at the counter waiting for customers. That wasn't, which I just couldn't stand. So then I just started bringing a book in, and for like a year and a half, nothing, no, there was nothing wrong with it. No one complained. A few of the managers even saw me doing it and were like, "Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. Just uh, make sure you help customers immediately whenever they come up." Looks like Gray figured out who the murderer is. I'm going to guess Burnett with the candlestick in the kitchen. Nope, it was Miss White with the candlestick in the kitchen.
Oh no.
Bad luck. Gray solved the crime first. Oh well.
That bastard.
And you know what? Instead of playing Clue, I'm going to go back to intermission. I'm just going to boot up Sonic Adventure. We're going to play some Sonic Adventure. And whenever I'm done playing Sonic Adventure, which probably won't be too long, well, that'll just be the end of the stream. Because Sonic Adventure will crash, and that'll be wonderful. Perfect ending to a perfect stream. Actually, before I do that, I just want to show off my current desktop background. This is I used to do renders on 3ds Max. I still technically have it, but
You created this?
the the models are not mine. They came from Sonic. I got them from a models resource. They're from Sonic Generations, but I still technically have 3ds Max on the computer, but computer's so slow that it takes forever to do anything. Basically, I organized all the files for textures and models and whatnot, and then when I booted up this scene in Max, this is what I got. Just complete white, with the only things left were lights. Except Omega's what eyes and chest lights, those were not lights. I don't think anyway. But yeah, that's what I was left with. The only thing that kept its texture was surprisingly the Chaos Emerald, of all things. I've got
It's too powerful.
yeah, I've got a similar one for my for let me show off the scene it is when it's got all the pictures. Let me also find the other one. No, that's not it. So this is the same picture with all the textures properly applied. Um, I I I want to go back and remake this because I've gotten a hell of a lot better at lighting things. And then this is a similar scene. Uh, I planned to make a a scene for all the Sonic Heroes teams,
Nice.
but I never could find a good Big the Cat model that was posable because Big never appeared in Sonic Generations, which is where I got all my other models. And also, I just couldn't figure out how to make Charmy's wings look good. It, uh, there, I just never could figure them out. It took me a long time to figure out how to get Eggman's mustache to properly work. But anyway, here's that same Sonic picture we can, but after I organized it, just complete whiteness. The only things that kept their texture was again Chaos Emerald, and surprisingly also Eggman.
Oh my god.
uh, and to show you what I mean, oh yeah, let's go back to uh, the Sonic versus Shadow. I went back one day and re-rendered the Sonic versus Shadow, but with one from Shadow's perspective and one from Sonic's perspective. This is the main picture that I made first. This is my current intermission screen. Then here's the one from Shadow's perspective, uh, made like a year later. When did I originally post this? January 23rd, and the perspective pictures were basically no, they were a few months later. They were in the summer.
Um, yeah, here's Shadow's picture. Uh, there's actual like lighting on and reflections in Sonic's eyes. There's like texture in his fur. The only thing, uh, Shadow's rings reflect. The only thing I do not like about this current picture is how pixelated Shadow's markings on his eyes are, and the
Oh
slight
yeah.
gap in between his eyebrow and his actual eyes. That's one thing I never could get looking right. There's always a gap, or actually, it looks like there's a bit of clipping or something not rendering. Because right around here, if you can see my cursor, which I can't tell, right around there, you can see where eye, his eyelid begins, but then it kind of clips. So maybe there actually was, maybe it is actually up against his eye. It's just based on the camera position, it didn't render out. And here,
Oh.
and here's from Sonic's perspective. Again, the the rings actually reflect. Sonic's gloves have texture, and Shat. I couldn't get Shadow's mouth looking right. That was the uh, one thing I never. Uh, I'm very conflicted on how I feel about uh, what the position of Sonic characters' mouths. I like them when they're in the center. Uh, there are some expressions they can only do when their mouths are on their sides. Uh, but whenever in cutscenes when you're basically facing them dead on and they have the mouth to the side, it just doesn't look good to me. I just do not like it. Yeah, that's some of my renders that I made. I even made a really, in my opinion, pretty good looking cell shaded uh, Sonic one time. Uh, I got regular Sonic and cell cell shaded right next to each other, and cell shaded
Oh.
looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
Um, then there's what I did with Metal Sonic to make him look like actual metal instead of uh, flat whatever. Uh,
Oh, it's gorgeous.
yeah, I just need to kind of lower reflectiveness on some of the find a way to make it not so reflecty, but still kind of reflecty, since it is metal and whatnot.
Yep.
And then there was oh god, the this is an interesting thing I made once. Since I didn't like how technically, canonically speaking, classic Sonic and modern Sonic are both 3.3 feet, yet there is clearly a height discrepancy between them. I created a modern Sonic height chart, and after I did that, I tried making like a height comparison thing
Bring them to a T-Rex.
with a T Rex and a Spinosaur. But here's the thing I took the Cyclone Walker from Sonic Adventure and made it to fit modern Tails, which I calculated to be about 4.4 feet.
Is
Modern,
Tails going through the cyclone?
he, yeah, technically his model is, I just stuck inside while still in T pose inside the cockpit to a
Oh,
roughly about where he was in the in the game. Uh, Modern Sonic, by the way, is 5.1 feet, same height as Mario. Uh, but yeah, technically, but according to my calculations here, the Cyclone is 12 feet at the laser cannon, uh, which is the one above Tails' head, and the 9 feet at the top of the engine. The Tyrannosaur is 15 to 20 feet tall, and the Spinosaurus is about the same. I don't. And when it comes to animals, you measure them from their foot to the withers, which is basically their like top of their shoulder. So 15 feet at the smallest would be the top of the basically right around where the top of feet on the where it gives uh, classic tails height. That's roughly where I'd say the top of the withers are. Actually, now
Yep.
that I'm looking at it, I don't think I noticed the same. Made the same. Uh, huh. Basically, at one point, I figured out that I realized that the Cyclone was the same height as the T Rex, even though the T Rex would be bigger than the Cyclone. Um,
Huh.
I think I have it set it in the. Yeah, here we go. It says it in the description. Um, Everything rendered in orthographic. Cyclone, T-Rex, Spinosaurus lined up at the hips. Height listing. Um, the T-Rex is scaled to the same size as Sue, a T-Rex specimen who measures 12 feet at the hips. The Spinosaurus, including the sail, is roughly 20 feet tall, leaving the Cyclone at 20 feet 7 inches. Later on, I realized um, the units are off just a bit because
Uh-oh.
um, 3ds Max has an in-program measuring scale thing, and that's what I was using to scale everything. It said that the Spinosaurus was 20 feet 2 inches according to the measure tool. The rescaled T-Rex is 15 8 inches according to the measure tool. The Cyclone 20 feet 7 inches according to the measure tool.
Huh.
And I never figured out how to correct this. It's one of the biggest reasons why, well, not one of the biggest, but it is a reason why I haven't returned to 3ds Max. Because if I did return, it would be to figure out how to fix this. Just so I could, because I'm very anal when it comes to even the little details like height and age and whatnot. I've calculated the ages of every Sonic character. By the way, here is similar render, but with classic Sonic and classic Tails and a Cyclone scaled for classic Tails. Yeah,
Oh.
uh, as you can see, there is very much a height difference between the various characters.
Holy hell.
Vector is a giant compared to classic Tails.
You got him staring at it too.
Yeah,
That's too funny.
Vector and Tails were the only ones I ever actually even. No, well, Sonic, Modern Sonic, Classic Sonic, Tails, and Vector were the only ones I ever actually bothered doing anything funny with. Oh wait, Eggman as well. Um, so the Sonics are looking at each other like, what is going on? So Tail Classic is
Wait,
in
couldn't you
awe
use these
of.
to create your own unique Sonic 3D animation shorts or something?
I wanted to. The closest I've gotten is I created part of a uh, part of a run cycle for not Tails, for. Oh yeah, that's right. I unlisted everything from my
Oh
channel.
no.
Um,
Wow, your YouTube is very dark.
yeah, I've got the
Like
dark theme
mine.
on. Let's go.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Yeah. Oh, let me see if I can. Ooh, back to snow blindness. Okay, close, go away. I don't know if it's a good idea to show this on stream, but who cares? You're not going to steal my stuff, are you?
No.
Good. I don't think anyone
I
is
think it
watching
would,
to care,
I
but
don't think I think it would look kind of weird if I just randomly posted a Sonic Let's Play in my channel one day with a voice that is not my voice.
you just had a cold that day. But yeah, here's part of a Sonic run cycle that I got going. Um,
Actually
legs.
realistic. I feel like it got to get a lot more than 53 views.
Yeah, it might. I don't know. Then here's one of my three videos that I have actually able to view on my channel. This is something I made in 3D modeling class back in high school. We basically had to create a chess animation. So I made Wario versus Waluigi in chess, and this is it. Um,
Hmm.
so let's watch this and see what happens. Is there audio? There should be audio playing.
Um,
No, there is no audio. That is
oh, yeah, there's not.
probably because I have go away. Probably because I have Google Chrome muted. If I want people to listen
Right.
to my video, probably should unmute Google Chrome. What do you think? There we go.
Sounds like a good idea.
Let's enjoy this together. I spent so much longer on the Waluigi introduction than I did Mario's.
I hate you. Take that, loser.
He shot down his own roof. His own pond. Oh my god, this game is insane.
Yeah, we didn't have to play by chess
Hey,
rules
that guy's doing two moves.
if that wasn't evident.
Oh my god, you gotta share this everywhere.
Ooh, that hurt.
Oh, and now he's throwing the board on him. And now the board went through his hat.
And there we go. One of my few videos on my YouTube channel. I'll go ahead and show that.
Hey, what's that video right there? I know that trio.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, that video seems familiar. I wonder where I've seen that before. Yeah, here's that Bionicle trailer video I talked about earlier that I made in U.S. history.
You become a Bionicle tuber, man. You could have rode the wave of these views, man.
I could have if I had like actual recording stuff. Yet
Yeah,
I still don't, but I'm doing a live stream.
But I mean, I recorded videos for the longest time using my headphone microphone, so anyone could do it.
Yeah, fair enough. Go away, Boost Mobile. Why am I getting so many ads? And that's technically Hakan. That comes up when it introduces a vac. I couldn't find any good pictures of a vac to show, so I just picked what was probably a promo picture for them, and that's what I got.
Did you edit all the moving words and stuff?
Yes, that basically what I.
Awesome.
Well, basically it was a
a template video, and all you really had to do was input pictures or clips, and then change the text. Excuse me.
Oh.
Yeah. And why the heck not? Since we're sharing all my videos, let's share a Wii U Mario Kart 8 highlight clip that I uploaded. Because why not? It might get me demonetized if I was earning money, but who cares? And looking back, I don't know why I shared why I uploaded this. This isn't one of my more interesting wins compared to some other ones that I got. Let's go back to the mission. Okay. Now, go ahead and share Mario vs. Waluigi to Discord. Why not?
Yes. Do it. Experience.
Experience the experience the amazingness that is my high school 3D animation project. There we go. It's shared. Alright, so let's play some why. Are you hearing music?
Yes.
Okay, good. I always get worried whenever I hear that, whenever I see the desktop audio dead. Anyway, let's launch Sonic Adventure and play some Sonic Adventure. Oh, it is. No, it hasn't been a long time since I last played this game. It's been a long time since I last played this on Dreamcast or GameCube. And honestly, I prefer the Dreamcast version to the export. Oh dear, this is very loud, which is not.
I prefer the GameCube version because I think the GameCube is like one of the most perfect controllers ever made.
Okay, we're going to quickly shut down Sonic Adventure real quick, and then. Oh wait, fuck. There's no good way to do this because it has to be open for me to change the individual volume on it. Uh-oh. Well, maybe if I launch it and then get out of it, it will still keep. Yeah, we'll try that. We'll just turn it on and go back to the desktop with the volume mixer. And just lower it. Nope. Nope, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. Oh, dear. Fun times figuring out what to do. Just switch directly to volume mixer. That still didn't work. Okay. Guess we'll just have to deal with loud Sonic Adventure. So speak loud so the people can hear you. All three of them. Alright. Skip past intros. Let's just jump right into it.
Select a file.
That last line sounded really awkward on playback.
What?
I'm thinking that laugh I made sounded really awkward on playback.
Let's just jump into a trial mode.
Select a
Because I
character.
don't want to play
Let's
the
get 'em.
story and don't want to jump into the story without much time to
Which
finish it.
stage do you want to play?
I want to play Emerald Coast, y'all. Oh, fuck. I got really worried there for a second.
Hey, look, it's working. Yeah. Where you can run stuff like this so cleanly.
Sonic Adventure is probably my most favorite Sonic game to go fast in, just because of how easy it is to get going fast and keep going fast. I mean, even easier than Unleashed, Colors, or Generations, or Forces, any of the Boost games. Because in the Boost games, you have to constantly be worried about constantly dodging spikes and stuff. But in Sonic Adventure, you don't really have to worry about that too much. Speed shoes and spin dash for the win. Except when underwater. Underwater is not good.
Oh no! You fucked up!
I know. I am ashamed. I'm ashamed. I must commit seppuku now. I've disgraced my father.
It can't take you more than 2 minutes. Those are rookie numbers.
Sure. Go fast. Well, that's one way to get out of the loop.
Yes.
Yeah, it is really hard to hear you over this game. Actually,
I imagine so.
I could go into options and lower the volume. I just
Yeah, not
realized
bad.
that. You can do it, Tails. You can get up to the top of that capsule at some point.
Select a character.
I believe you. I believe in you. It's always interesting to watch
Options.
the AI.
Sound test. You get to listen to cool sounds.
I get to listen to cool
Options.
sounds. How do I
Choose
lower?
the feature you want to edit.
Okay, there's no volume. There's no volume sliders.
Oh no.
Select your character.
I know there wasn't a lot of options on in the,
Select a stage.
but you would think when they ported this, they would add some sort of better option system to the game. Yeah, I can't get caught up on silly bungee ropes. I've got to get there within 2 minutes. I've come close to getting all 180 emblems in this game so many times, but the one thing that's always kept me away from it is the Chow Garden. I've never... I understand the appeal of the Chow Garden, and I've raised Chow myself, although that...
Chow Garden works a lot better in SA2.
Yeah, I haven't gone after all the emblems in Sonic Adventure 2 yet, but I'm probably going to soon.
I have no intention of doing that because there's a lot of levels I just don't want to play a second time. And that's the end of that.
Yeah, the only levels I really do not... There aren't a lot of Sonic levels that I can think of that I actually dread playing or just generally do not like playing.
The only level I can think of that comes close is, of course, Mad Space from Adventure 2. Rouge's final level in up in the Ark with all the different planets that you have to visit. And I did not.
Knuckles' version of that, but I genuinely like Knuckles' version of that level.
Yeah,
And, you know,
yeah, in the game, yeah.
Select your character.
I know people have said this a billion times, but I bet you anything that if
Select a stage.
the Emerald radar was like it was in Sonic Adventure 1, and the hints weren't so goddamn vague, Mad Space and Meteor Herd wouldn't be as hated as they are. I bet you anything.
yeah, probably.
Then again, you can say similar things about pretty much every Sonic game, where if they didn't do X, the game would be a lot more this game, or this part of level, or whatever, would be a lot more liked than it is. Because I could say the same thing about Sonic and the Secret Rings. If it wasn't motion controlled, it would be like it would be liked a lot more.
Yeah.
But I haven't finished Secret Rings yet.
They had more actual animations of their cutscenes, which is also what I didn't like about Sonic and the Black Knight.
I like. My throat is going away. I actually like the storybook presentations of the cutscenes because, well, it is. He did get sucked into the respective storybooks, so that it made sense for the theme. Yeah, I haven't finished Secret Rings yet. I want to, but I need to get past Pirate Storm so I can get Blue Ring, so I can go back and finish Fire level by putting out the fires on Fire Demon or whatever it is. But the problem I'm having with Pirate Storm is because it's motion controlled. I keep running off the edges of the platforms.
Yes!
I did it! Did it, Brain? Are you proud of me?
I gotta give myself cheer.
So at some point I have to actually sit down and actually go back and play through, finish Secret Rings, because I do intend on playing and finishing every Sonic game, just so I can definitively say about each game, this is what I think, and that's. Excuse me.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, gotta drink
Yeah,
some of
not
that
bad.
water. I mean, it's not like we don't need it to survive or anything. Because of the Sonic games I've
Select your
played,
character.
there's only one that I've genuinely, after finishing it
Select a
for the
stage.
first time, that I genuinely do not have much of any inclination to go back and play. And that is Sonic Forces. Simply, and I'm sure you may have heard this from a bunch of other people on the internet, the best parts of Sonic Forces is the character creator, which even then is very bare bones and could have been done. There could have been more done with it. I mean, you only get like what, 7 species of characters, and they're all animals. 3 of which I think we've seen before.
Head straight up. You
There was
should
a
be able to
hedgehog
get out of the
option.
tornado.
We've got 4 of those already in canon. There was a cat, there was a bird, so I think it might have been specifically hawk. And we've got Blaze and Jet until that. There's also bear. We technically do have a bear, Mark the polar bear, but we haven't seen him in any official capacity since Sonic the Fighters, I want to say. He, along with the rest of the hooligans, and I'm sorry if I'm speaking over you, I honestly can't hear you if you are speaking. He and the rest of the hooligans, Mac and being the Dynamite Duck, they made cameos in Sonic Mania as three of the forms. The Heavy Magician, I think, was the name of the character, could transform into. But as for the actual characters themselves, when it comes to the games, they haven't appeared since Sonic. Ooh, that actually worked. Wow. Since Sonic the Fighters, I want to say. They have appeared multiple times in the comics, and is really the only way anyone would know about them today is from the comics. I have no idea what time I was supposed to make get to the end by. Probably 2 minutes, in which case I failed. Let's see, how was I supposed to get? How fast was I supposed to get here?
Yeah, not bad.
Oh, this was the 50 rings destroy the capsule mission. Never mind. The A mission is get to the goal
Select
within
your
a certain
character.
time.
Let's get him.
Yeah, Sonic. Back to Sonic Forces.
Select a stage.
Best parts of the game is the aforementioned character creator, which even then there could have been something done, some more done with it. And Episode Shadow. Episode Shadow has the best parts of the game just compacted into one short, like 30-minute, actually probably not even 30 minutes, maybe like 10 minutes, 15-minute package. And the story within that is actually...
Head straight up. You should be able to get out of the tornado.
Forces is an interesting
Jump on panel number 1.
story,
It will take you to panels
because I can
2
see
and
what they
3.
wanted to do with it.
Jump
They
as
wanted to
soon
make
as you
a
land on a panel,
darker,
touch your
more
flag.
serious game, which I'm all for. But at the same time, they didn't want to go to out the edge levels of darkness. I hate I hate it when people refer to Shadow the game or Shadow the character with out the edge. I just can't stand it. Because yeah, Shadow does fit the stereotypical edgy character trope, but he has a fucking reason for it. He was like maybe a few weeks old at the most when the arc raid occurred, and his only real family was Dr. Gerald Robotnik and Maria. The former was basically a father for him, since his actual blood father is alien monster who wants to kill everything and use them as food. So Gerald, the closest thing he had to a father, went mad. He went insane and turned Shadow into a fucking around with Shadow's brain, made it so that whenever Shadow was reawakened from cryostasis, he would try to kill everyone on Mobius. Which, by the way, I refuse to recognize Sonic's World as either Mobius or just simply Sonic's World. It is Mobius plain and simple to me. It definitely ain't Earth. And Sonic's World is just too simple, too generic for me.
But yeah, his father went insane and made it
Yeah,
made
not
it so
bad.
that whenever he woke up, he would try to kill Earth. Mobius. There I go, tripping over what I just said.
Select your character.
Uh,
Let's get him.
and then basically his
Select a
sister
stage.
Maria, she tried to help him escape. Probably she was also trying to escape as well. She just wanted him to get out first because Shadow was built to be the hope for humanity. He was built to have the cure for NIDS, or basically AIDS. Basically built to have the cure for AIDS. So she would have wanted him.
I don't remember that part of Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, Maria was ailed with AIDS, which neuroimmunodeficiency disorder.
I don't think they ever talked about that on Sonic Adventure 2.
That I think they probably mentioned it in brief, if they did. It gets more elaborated on in Shadow, from what I remember. In fact, Shadow's game is where you get a lot of information about. No, I don't. I want to get out of this thing because I already have the 50 rings. But anyway, yeah, Shadow's game is where you get a lot more information about Shadow's backstory than you do in Sonic Adventure. But yeah, he saw his sister basically get not basically, but he saw his sister get shot right in front of his face, and you think that wouldn't screw a person up? I mean, and so he was trapped in that pod for who knows how long, with the image of seeing his sister die right in front of his face, and he wouldn't know anything about what happened to Robotnik until much later. Because he definitely wouldn't be awake whenever Robotnik mucked around with his programming, as the professor himself put it. So he wouldn't know that Robotnik is dead until he woke up at the beginning of Sonic Adventure 2. Everyone he knows that he held a close bond with is dead. They died 50 years ago. And they all died because of him. He was the indirect cause of their death. The government, the government didn't trust what Robotnik was doing. Which, this is one thing they never really it's one thing that never really cleared up over the years is what exactly caused the raid. You can certainly infer what caused the raid in the first place, which would be the government the reason is the government didn't trust what Geralt was doing.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, this is Casinopolis. I need to actually get a bunch of rings to get up to the capsule.
160 of them.
Let's go to the Knights Patrol. So yeah, the government didn't trust what Robotnik was doing. The reason why they didn't trust him is never truly stated, but you can certainly guess that the reason why is he was conducting clandestine meetings with Black Doom, who he's not going to let anyone he's not going to let anyone know that, hey, I'm meeting with some random alien and promising to give him the 7 most powerful artifacts in the known world to him after I create the ultimate life using his DNA. There's no way in hell he's going to share that with even any of his team. He wouldn't even share that he wouldn't share that with anyone. So he was conducting the secret meetings and which the government didn't. They wanted to know what was going on in those secret meetings. This is all just conjecture, by the way. Next to none of this has been confirmed as backstory or whatever. They wanted to know what was going on, who he was meeting with. Gerald refused to tell them. The government was like, if you don't tell us, we're just gonna come up there, shut down the program, take your stuff, and put you to death. And that's what I'm guessing happened, and what they warned him of, and that's exactly what happened. They came up, forcibly shut down the project, took his work, arrested him, and in the process, killed Maria, and he went insane. I was talking about Shadow before I went off on about Robotnik. After he was launched from the pod, as he was being launched, he saw Maria get shot. So he would have been stuck in that pod with the image of Maria dying in front of him, and stuck in his head, as well as the thought of what happened. What happened to Professor Gerald? What happened to X, Y, and Z? He would have been stuck with those thoughts in that escape pod till Gunn found him and put him in the cryostasis pod. And they probably didn't tell him anything about what was going on. They just took the pod, they just took him out of the pod, stuck him in a cryo sleep, and locked him deep below Prison Island. 50 years later, Eggman discovers that his grandfather created some ultimate weapon. He goes to Prison Island, frees Shadow. Sonic Adventure 2 happens. During the finale, he remembers that Maria's actual final wish was to give hope to the people of OBS, not kill them, as he previously thought, thanks to Amy. Which, for people who say Amy is a worthless fangirl, I'd like to introduce you to that moment in Sonic Adventure 2, as well as her giant hammer that she is not afraid to use. Not even on Sonic. So, he sacrificed himself at the end of Sonic Adventure 2 to save Mobius. He fell from the atmosphere and he landed somewhere. He was definitely probably knocked unconscious. Eggman found him at some point, put him in another stasis pod, and either because of the fall or because he was locked in another stasis pod for God knows how long, he got amnesia and remembers basically just the same stuff he remembered at the start of Adventure 2, only this time he remembers that Maria... Go away, Boost Mobile, I don't... You're... Oh, fuck. Fuck! Damn it, Boost Mobile! Clicked out of...
Oh no! The screen is white and black. But now we're just white.
Okay. So what happened was that Boost Mobile thing came up, and when I tried to close it, I wound up actually clicking on the notification, which brought me to my desktop, which crashed Sonic Adventure. So I'm going to say that will be the end of the stream. Seems like a perfect place to end this. I would like to continue going on about Shadow and why the whole Ow the Edge thing is one of the biggest things that pisses me off about Sonic fandom and Sonic jokes in general. But that will be saved for some other time. Maybe I'll get Sonic Adventure 2 and play that on next stream. I don't know when I'll stream next. hopefully with a better throat. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Gonna be it for tonight's stream.
Cool.
Been a good stream, and we'll see you all later. Good night, everybody.